Well, welcome to 11Alive News at 6. I'm Cody Alcorn. Right now, we are working to learn if anyone has been charged in a deadly triple shooting. It happened just after 3 o'clock on Daniel Street in LaGrange. Police say Tobias Frazier died after being shot in the shoulder. 2 other victims are recovering at this hour. Now, right now, police have not said what led up to this shooting. Well, today leaders in South Fulton met for a public forum about the Camelot Condominiums on Old National Highway. The complex has been plagued with crime for years. Now leaders say they want to talk to the community about solutions. Now this comes after police just charged 2 members of Camelot's Homeowners Association. Right now, both the HOA president and treasurer are facing charges, accused of stealing insurance money. Police say that should have gone to condo owners after a fire. South Fulton Police Chief Keith Meadows says this is just the tip of the iceberg. He says they are looking into other issues and believe more charges and arrests are possible.
We understand that there are 24 different units within that particular building, building 3 that caught fire. And as of now, we've only been able to locate 6 individuals that were actually compensated from that $1.5 million.
Tonight on 11Alive at 11, we'll have more on the forum and what those living at the property are now demanding from community leaders. Well, studies show domestic violence increases during the holidays, which is why one Metro Atlanta county is stepping up to offer resources as we head into the holiday season. 11Alive's Erica Murphy has more on the Thanks Food Drive.
We're approaching the holiday season. And with that, oftentimes we see a lot of internal conflict that results in crime.
That's part of the reason that the Clayton County District Attorney's Office and the Clayton County Police Department and several nonprofits are pooling their resources to try to prevent crime before it gets started. District Attorney Tasha Mosley says food is a great way to start the conversation.
And if we can just provide a little bit of food and help them out, if that information about, hey, there are counseling resources over here, and they take that and they go to that, and that helps bring down their anger and their anxiety, that's a win.
The food drive started up early Saturday morning, and by early afternoon, thousands of people have been given food and critical information to ensure everyone's holiday season remains peaceful.
This is a way to get in front of that at the top of the month as we approach Thanksgiving, to encourage our citizens to fall back on their conflict resolution skills.
Thanks stands for take a break, have patience, ask for professional help, never resort to violence, keep calm, and stay safe. People who came out for the drive got non-perishables, but the most important piece of this event was the food for thought organizers hope they drove off with. Reporting from Jonesboro, Erica Murphy, 11Alive News.
Right now, DeKalb County police need your help finding a missing 13-year-old girl. Take a look at your screen. This is Paris. Police say she was last seen Friday night leaving her home on Camelot Court and Tucker. She was wearing a purple shirt, green pants, and black Crocs. If you happen to see her or you know where she might be at this hour, call police. Well, tonight, the second of 4 inmates who broke out of a Bibb County jail back behind bars. He was captured right here in Atlanta. Mark Anderson was found hiding at the Huntley Apartments on Park Avenue in Buckhead. Now, this is brand new video of deputies in Bibb County escorting Anderson back into the law enforcement center where he's now sitting behind bars. The 4 men broke out through a damaged window, then managed to crawl through a large hole that had been cut in the fence surrounding the jail. This happened back on October 16th. One of the 2 remaining inmates still on the run is a murder suspect. Anyone with information on their whereabouts could be eligible for a cash reward. Well, right now we do want to check in with meteorologist Bo Beth Yates. Hard to believe this time tomorrow it'll likely be dark out there, at least getting pretty dark, Bo Beth.
Yeah, it was not just is it getting dark going to be tomorrow. Today was just an amazing day compared to the last few days. I mean, just beautiful. This is a look at our Midtown camera, just blue sky. So hopefully you got an opportunity to get out and about because of just amazing sky conditions. And it warmed up nicely. This time yesterday, we were in the mid 60s. Right now, we tapped out in the mid 70s, but just about 70 for Atlanta, 72 for Peachtree City and that Tucker area. Tonight, though, once the sun goes down, just about 6:42, we're going to see temperatures temperatures dip into the 50s, 54 by 9 o'clock. Then by 1 o'clock, about 48. Now, overnight lows will be a little bit cooler for much of the area. So we're going to have 41 in LaGrange, Thomaston, Peachtree City, 49 for Atlanta. So we're going to be a little bit warmer than the rest of the region, but that is not going to spoil our day tomorrow. Tomorrow we're giving it another perfect 11. Temperatures warming up into the low 70s, sunny sky conditions. If you're going to be out for a football game, just about 1 o'clock with the kickoff tomorrow as Falcons host the Vikings, you're going to see just about 70 degrees, sunny sky conditions, and those sunny sky conditions are going to continue all day. But you see this, it's not going to last long into the 70s. By 5 o'clock, we're going to make it back down into the 60s, but that's actually not too bad. Now on the radar, look at this. Not much moisture in the area. Those drought-like conditions will continue as we continue to see just really dry conditions as that warmer air just continues to come to our area. Don't forget, tonight you got to turn your clocks back just about an hour right before midnight, so we're going to have going back to standard time. But tomorrow we're giving 11 on the wazometer, sunny sky conditions, mid 70s by the midweek, and then back into the 50s by the end of the week.
All right, Bo Beth, we'll see you back here in a few minutes. Well, just hours from now, as she just mentioned, we're falling back. We'll be getting an extra hour of sleep as daylight saving time comes to an end. Brandon Lewis from our National Verify team looking into why most states still change the clock despite multiple proposals to end the practice.
Get ready to fall back on November 5th as most states once again mark the end of daylight saving time. 2 Verify viewers texted us to ask if, after this year, the U.S. plans to remain on daylight saving time permanently. So, let's verify. Our sources are the Uniform Time Act, the Sunshine Protection Act, and the National Conference of State Legislatures. The Uniform Time Act created a nationwide daylight saving time schedule to move our clocks forward in the spring and back in the fall. The law allows states to opt out of the schedule and remain on standard time year-round, which is why Hawaii, most of Arizona, and U.S. territories don't change their clocks. However, many states would prefer to remain on daylight saving time year-round. In the last 5 years, 19 states have either enacted legislation or passed resolutions to stay sprung forward all year long. California voters also passed a proposition to stay on daylight saving time, but that still needs action from the state legislature. No state can switch to DST until they get congressional approval. In 2021, the House didn't take up a bill to keep daylight saving time year-round, and a similar bill is currently pending with no signs that Congress will vote on it this year. So, no, the U.S. is not planning to remain on daylight saving time year-round. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Well, the fight continues for Marietta parents who want to see a book back on the shelves after the district removed it from libraries. Some have called the book sexually explicit, while others say they want to see their kids exposed to all types of people. 11Alive's Dawn White has more on a new petition.
Kayla Sargent failed in her first attempt to bring back a banned book to her kids' school, but she's not giving up.
When it's read in completion, in context, right, the book is simply benign. My 10-year-old has read it.
Kayla organized a new petition. It now has almost 120 signatures. The fight is over the young adult graphic novel Flamer that used to be in high school libraries. It's about a gay teen who struggles with his identity at summer camp.
I see themes, and those themes make me nervous that marginalized groups in our school system are going to feel more marginalized because of the books that are being banned.
Joe Evans has 2 daughters in the district and feels the school board has more important issues to focus on besides banning books.
This issue of book banning feels like a complete distraction because it's taking so much attention away from the real issue. If the kids can't read, then it doesn't matter what's in the library. So this kind of makes me want to pull my hair out.
I want people to trust the experts in the schools, trust the teachers, trust the media specialists to do their jobs.
Parent Stormy Webster also signed the petition.
There could be any number of books that might not necessarily be appropriate for my child, but the student sitting next to him needs to read that book because of what they are dealing with, what they are going through, to feel like I matter. I have a voice in this world.
Some parents who signed the petition plan on showing up at the November 14th school board meeting to plead their case.
And I hope that they have the integrity to model to really model for our students what it's like to change your mind in light of new information. That's what we expect of our students. We should certainly be seeing that in our leadership.
The spokesperson for Marietta City Schools had no comment. We did reach out to all the school board members, but so far they have not responded to 11Alive. Well, new at 6, we're learning First Lady Jill Biden will make her way to Georgia next week. She'll be down in Augusta on Wednesday. Her visit will focus on administration's efforts to bring jobs to the state and how communities are creating paths to these roles. Well, tonight we're following the push for a new city in Gwinnett County. Supporters are calling it Mill Creek. So the new city would form in the area of Hamilton Mill Parkway and I-85 on the outskirts of Beaufort. It's a conservative suburb in the county now run by Democrats. Now, those who support Mill Creek say they are against plans for a new 39-acre mixed-use development in that area. They say they want to take the decision out of Gwinnett County's hands by forming a new city.
If situations like we have right now with the 39 acres being rezoned for high density, who do we reach out to? We don't have a mayor. We don't have a chief of police.
Instead of apartments and retail, Johnson says he'd like to see the space used for athletic facilities and parks. For a new cityhood to happen, though, the Georgia legislature will have to approve the plan. If approved, it would then head to the ballot for voters to make the final decision. Well, here at 11Alive, we're getting ready for the holiday tradition we do every year, the 41st annual Canthon. We come together to help stock Salvation Army food banks, and we discovered Greater Atlanta Christian School is already taking up collections.
The sounds of giving can already be heard through the halls of Greater Atlanta Christian School. Every note played by the Salvation Army Southern Territorial Band falling on the ears of students eager to help their community. A familiar sound to GAC's band director Wallace Comrath.
I've just been so involved with the Salvation Army's.
Comrath grew up in the Salvation Army. Both parents were ministers with the organization.
Starting at the age of 12, my dad would pick me up from school after school, and he would put me at Faye's drugstore where there would be a Salvation Army Christmas kettle there, and I would play from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m.
He still has a deep love for their efforts. It's a love and commitment that runs through GAC. Every year, students go above and beyond collecting cans for 11Alive's Canthon.
I mean, over the last several years, they've brought in almost 30,000 cans just from this one campus.
And as students collect cans, they collect new lessons of what the Canthon means.
The more cans I bring, the more people that would get helped. And I call it to help more people in that way.
Inspiring them to spread their gratitude outside their school community.
I've definitely come to appreciate the price of food and how my parents are able to provide for me.
Emma Denton has been collecting cans since she was 3 years old, now a 12th grader. She now lends her musical talents to the Salvation Army.
I've been performing at the kettle giving since my freshman year, and that's a cool experience because it's a way to serve with the community of people at school.
Filling their hearts with sounds of giving back and supporting the Salvation Army.
The 11Alive Canthon is part of the school's efforts all year round. They also host a coat drive.